welcome back to WCNY Connected at the Fair. Yes, it is Veterans Day today here at the Fair. We are celebrating veterans. And when you think about it, our great country, of course, dates back to the Revolutionary War. And we are joined by two living historians from historic Fort Stanwix in the Rome area who are out here at the Fair today. We have Chuck Oliver, who is portraying a surgeon, and Simon Sumner, who is portraying a private in the Revolutionary War Army, I guess you would say. Gentlemen, hello.
Nice to see you both.
Yeah,
you too.
You were kind of giving us a little bit of the difference of why you like to be called living historians as compared to reenactors. Can you kind of tell me that again?
Well, reenactors tend to recreate events on specific days at specific times. Living historians try to encompass the entire person as a whole in their lifestyle, their economic status, their religious beliefs, and try to make them, as I say, a complete person as opposed to just the military aspect of reenacting.
Right. We are celebrating 75 years of Fort Stanwix becoming a national monument. It originally was a British fort, right?
That's correct. It was built by the British in 1758 during what we called in the colonies the French and Indian War.
Okay.
After the hostilities with the French and Indians, the British simply abandoned the fort, and it fell into a state of disrepair. But at the beginning of the hostilities between the colonies and the mother country, it was decided that it was such a strategic location that it would be a good idea for the colonists to reconstruct the fort and bring it back into a state of readiness for any attacks that might occur on the colonies from Canada or from the West.
And it played a major part in the Revolutionary War.
Oh, absolutely it did. It prevented the British from doing just that, from attacking the colonies. They were attempting to divide the colonies by separating New York from New England and the southern colonies. And the master plan was to capture New York City to drive that wedge between the two areas. And Fort Stanwix was a pivotal point in stopping that from occurring, and that they, during a 21-day siege by the British, led by Colonel St. Ledger, was actually stopped at Fort Stanwix and was unable to proceed to meet the other armies at Albany.
I have to bring up, Simon, you are wearing official garb from the Revolutionary War, and it's all wool. Now tell us, you got to explain all the layers here. This is amazing.
It's all wool and natural fiber. I have to wear my Continental Army regimental coat.
Okay.
It's required to be worn at all times. I have a wool waistcoat underneath, which is just a vest. Kind of creates a layer between the coat and the shirt. I have a long shirt that goes down to about mid-thigh area.
I'm sweating already.
Simon was 300 pounds when he started as a living historian.
Wow. We should also mention that you're going into the service in a month.
I am.
Not just a hobby for you, but also you decided to...
Going in the modern-day Army.
Well, I understand today's military uniforms are only slightly less cumbersome than what they were in the Revolutionary War.
I don't think they make you wear those layers.
Yeah, they're not wool anymore.
That's good.
Now, you guys brought some different things from the Revolutionary War period, and we're going to start with a surgeon, although I don't know if I want to hear what these things do. This was not exactly the most humane time to be a surgeon.
That's correct. The soldiers tended to avoid the visit to the surgeon at all possible cost. They were under the impression that I was going to make them feel actually much worse than their original ailment. That's because I was still following what was called the humoral theory of medicine that was set down by the ancient Greeks, actually.
Okay.
And that was, you tried to attempt to keep the body in balance.
All right.
And if one of the humors became too excited or too relaxed, it needed to be adjusted.
And how did they do that?
I don't think we want to know. I really don't think we want to know.
How do you adjust the humor, Chuck?
Well, generally, to adjust the humor of the blood, you would perform a venesection or a bloodletting.
And you said this is called a what?
A bleeding bowl.
Okay, a bleeding bowl it's called. That tells us.
I kept my M&Ms in there earlier, right?
And this is for enemas.
Yes, those are evacuation syringes. The theory is
we like to call them evacuation, right?
You need to remove whatever that irritant is inside the body that's causing the illness.
And these are just various cutting implements?
Those are known as lancets, and they're used to open or breathe the vein, as it was called, and to allow you to bleed into the bleeding bowl.
Okay,
and
okay, we got to move on here. Got to move on.
I'm glad we have Tylenol today. Now, Chuck, this is a fairly authentic musket that was used during the Revolutionary
Actually, Simon is the one who brought this.
This is your musket. Tell me about this.
It is. This is a 1776 model French Charleville.
Okay.
It's a caliber 68 with a flintlock mechanism, which is a sharp rock that strikes hardened steel, which creates sparks, which ignites black powder, sends the charge downrange.
And now, how long did it take from the time you started loading it to the time you got to fire it?
Well, don't know, when you first join the Army, it could take you anywhere up to a minute. But a well-trained soldier as myself or the doctor here could fire 4 shots a minute or average 15 to 20 seconds a shot.
Wow.
Now,
That's
this is
pretty
where
fast.
you carry your ammunition?
No, this is my pack.
That's
Just
your
like
pack?
the modern day Army, I need to be ready to go at a moment's notice.
Okay.
Kept all my spare clothes, tools, anything I needed
Right.
in here. That'd go with me everywhere I
We
went.
call that a man purse now? Kind
It's
of a
very
man purse,
fashionable.
okay.
This is where I would have kept my rounds.
Okay.
Would have had 15 to 30 slots for every round.
Uh-huh.
And a round is just a paper tube with a musket ball at the end and about 120 grains of powder on top.
Wow.
When you start, you pour a little bit of powder into a pan over here. You shut your pan, you bring it all back down, you ram the powder first, then the ball, and then the paper, and it all goes down at once.
Wow.
Great.
And you're ready to fire.
Well, we're looking forward to celebrating the 75th anniversary. They can come see you guys. Actually, you have a great website, right? So you can get all
absolutely.
the information.
It's on the National Park Service website.
Okay.
They are celebrating their 75th anniversary as a national monument. There are several events going on throughout the year to commemorate the anniversary, and there are still events scheduled for the fall season. And we encourage you to get on the website, look at the schedule, and please join us at Fort Stanwix.
Thank you very much, Chuck Oliver and Simon Sumner. Good luck in your
Thank you.
enlisting as well. And again, if you want more information, check out the U.S. Park Service and Fort Stanwix in Rome, New York.
We are going to show you pictures of Chevy Court last night. The number of people coming up, you will not believe it. Plus, I did a little infield camping here at the New York State
Yeah,
Fair.
crazy gal.
We'll tell you all about it coming up on WCNY Connected at the fair.